uh, parang crown, mind you, 8 queens.
I think the next question, because as before we go to the audition to the auditions, I want to ask you, Nona, how how technology will play a big factor once once Miss World Philippines finally pushes through this year. How will the online component, like probably social media, play now into as a role in promoting the Miss World Philippines brand?
We're actually starting to promote Miss World Philippines. Actually, even then, using the social media, using Instagram, Facebook, even inviting them to apply for Miss World and Mr. World Philippines. We have Mr. World Philippines this year. So, definitely, ang plan namin ni LV, ni boss ko, is to do, not to do a virtual pageant, to do an actual pageant. But with the, sabi ko nga, with the current situation, I don't know, I still have yet to talk to him kung ano ba yung magiging changes in plans namin. But definitely, I myself, mas gusto ko talaga na hindi virtual. Okay? Gusto ko talaga may actual pageant. And everything has been planned yet. Na nga. Sabi ko nga, nakalatag na yan. We're supposed to have our first activity yung after the last or the final screening on April 22. Ang first activity namin will be on May 14. So, May 14 hanggang sa pageant on June 6. That date, baka ma-move pa rin because I heard that one other pageant has set their pageant on June 6 din. So, syempre, ayaw naman namin dalawang national pageants will be happening at the same day, at the same night. So, since mabait naman kami, we might have to move to another date. We might have to adjust to another date. So, I have yet to talk to ALV since yesterday ko lang narinig and narinig ko lang, may nag-chat lang sa akin na, this pageant is happening daw. It has moved their date to June 6 din. Sabi ko, oh my God, bakit? Sabay-kasabay. Alam nga namang magkasabay kami ng pageant. So, definitely hindi maganda for all the pageant fans, for all the Filipinos, for all the candidates, and for us. Mag-aagawan kami ng viewership, syempre. Ayaw naman syempre ng ganon, no? You're not here to compete with the other pageants. Sa totoo lang. Parang mas gusto namin na lahat kami umangat. Diba?
Mama Ru, follow-up question lang po. Kasi curious lang kami kung ito pong lahat ng mga actions of the local franchise is also being consulted dun sa mother organization. Do you also consult po kila Miss Julia Morley? Or,
of course.
Okay po.
Of course. We consult them. Pero, good thing with international organizations, parang hinahayaan niya kami. Hinahayaan nila kami, lahat sila, to do our thing. Kumbaga, yung dates lang, syempre, most of the pageants naman, ng mga international pageants will happen mga last quarter pa ng this year eh. If everything will happen, di ba? If the situation becomes better, or everything will be in status quo, all pageants naman will happen mga third quarter, last quarter of this year. So, yun. Eksakto sana yung second quarter na yung June that we will be able to parang crown, mind you, 8 queens. We will be having 8 crowns this year plus 2 runners-up. So, imagine, ang ganda-ganda sana pakitingnan, 10 winners on stage.
Grabe!
Ang dami. So, to name those 8 crowns, we have...
Ayan, okay.
We have Miss World, of course, Miss World Philippines. Of course, We have acquired the Supranational Philippines title, Miss Supranational Philippines, Miss Eco International, Reina Hispano-Americano, Americana Filipinas, Miss Eco Teen, Miss Tourism Philippines. Okay, this is not final yet, but Miss Tourism Philippines, she might compete in international tourism pageant. Ayoko pang sabihin kung ano kasi hindi pa naman, wala pa kaming contract. So, but we are in talks na with that international tourism pageant. So of course, something Miss Tourism something. Ayoko muna sabihin. So, yun. Tapos, we were able to acquire the franchise of Miss Environment International, also based in India. Medyo nagtatampo na nga yung organizer sa amin, but daw hindi pa namin ina-announce on social media. Sabi ko, I will have an interview tonight, and this is the first time na na-mention ko yung pag-acquire ng franchise ng Miss Environment International. It's a
wow, exclusive yan sa The Qrown.
Yes.
Thank you, Mama Ru.
I will say it, I will announce it first sa interview ko in The Qrown. Yun, Miss Environment, it's a big pageant. Sabi niya, claim niya. So, okay, we will test that international pageant, Miss Environment International, and of course, yung Miss Multinational pageant. We might keep that Miss Multinational pageant, plus, of course, the 2 runners-up. Yun. So, 8 crowns.
All right, 8 crowns and 2 runners-up. So actually, Mama Ru, if we look at it, walang talo because there's a lot to expect in this year's edition. But before we go to those crowns, Mama Ru, let's talk about the auditions because we know that you had your first round of auditions, and I must say, Mama Ru, when we were looking at the first batch, because obviously there's going to be a next set of auditions, ang dami nang nag-stand out. But from your perspective again, what are you looking for in a candidate this year? Because there's a lot at stake. You have a lot of winners. Pero what qualities are you looking for from those girls that have auditioned so far?
Definitely, of course, number 1, this is a beauty pageant. So, of course, number 1 is beauty. Number 2 is confidence. And the way she presents herself. The way she talks, not necessarily in English. Kung ano mang language siya comfortable, okay yun. So, the way she expresses herself, yun yung titingnan namin. Yung pagiging genuine niya, yung pagiging totoo niya sa sarili niya by being herself. Yun yung basic na tinitingnan namin, yung parang hindi siya put on. Yung nakikita namin yung if she's just faking herself. Kita yun namin ng mga judges, ng mga screening committee, even ALB, alam niya kung put on lang to. Diba? So we're looking for someone who is authentic. Yon. That's the right term.